Well, hello everybody, and it's Tuesday. Woo! Look who I have here with me live on the Artist Stage Radio Show. Thank you. Well, if you're not able to look, you may be tuning in online at tabernacleradio.org. I appreciate it. And today is August 21st, and I have a very special guest on the Artist Stage Radio Show. Her name is Snoopy. Hey. No, her name is Miss Debra Hanna. Actually, Debra Renee Hanna, but affectionately called Snoopy. She is here with me, and Snoopy, and I've been posting about it, she is literally one of the music industry's top radio promoters, female radio promoters and directors in the industry. She has been doing this about 67 years now, and so that tell you how old she is. Back. No. But no, she's been in the industry, we say in the game, over 30-something years, handling the business of radio, the radio business. And we're going to talk more about what that means. No, she's not a radio program director, like she doesn't work for a radio station. She's not, behind the mic at a radio. She is the one who makes it happen for all artists when it comes to making sure their music is played on radio and other media outlets that are connected to radio. She has worked for every record company out there, some you've never heard of, some you know about, because she's been doing it just that long. But we're going to talk to Miss Snoopy. Well, welcome. I've gave you a long introduction. I'm going to say some more. And the biggest part is she is the founder and CEO of her company, Mighty Dominion Entertainment, which she has been the owner for over 27 years, right? Yeah. And she's been doing it and been doing it strong. Black girls rock, entrepreneur, everything. So can we give Snoopy a round of applause on the Artist Stage Radio Show? Oh my God. You can't hear it because I told you to put the headphones on. So.
Okay, I'm not going to clown. I'm actually
I tried nervous. To tell her to put the headphones on. But welcome to the Artist Stage, Snoopy.
Thank you.
She's also a good friend of mine.
Yes.
She's one of the first people I met when I entered this music industry, and she welcomed me with open arms. But welcome to the stage, girl.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking me out of retirement.
Well, you start somewhere. And she has a couple more things she's going to share, some more stages that she's going to be on in this upcoming months where she's going to be sharing more information. But tonight is the night, so if you want to talk with Miss Snoopy, Debra, she got so many names, Debra, Snoopy, Renee, Miss Hanna, please call in at 312-629-4499. Please share tonight's show. We see Adrian B. King has joined the show on Facebook. Hey, Miss Felicia Miles. She is a faithful supporter of not just the Artist Stage, but also of Tabernacle Radio. Miss Alicia Garnier, my celebrity stylist. She is one of the sponsors for the Artist Stage Radio Show. Keith Vassar from Kinsman. That's right. Keith. He's saying that this show is going to be epic. Thank you, Keith, for supporting it. Reverend Tina Ward, and some of the other people who are checking it out live on Facebook Live. And if you're listening online, but share the show. Share, that means you got to share with all the people on Facebook. Y'all know how y'all do. We share everything else. But share tonight's show because we got Snoopy right here. We're going to talk about what it means to be a radio promoter, such as herself, and director. Also, what it takes to get your music played on the radio. And we're going to dig a little deeper into some do's and don'ts when it comes to contacting someone such as Debra Hanna. But Snoopy, so every week on the show, I give out an affirmation. And it's just to help artists and everybody that wants to be a part of the music industry who are a part of it to be better. Okay. So we say, don't just become something. This week we're saying, don't just become serious. So just just your first thoughts of that. What comes to your mind?
Don't just what?
Don't just, Lord have mercy. Don't just become serious. But you got to talk on the mic, Snoopy. You got to talk on the mic.
Don't just become serious?
Don't just become serious. So we're saying don't just be, meaning don't just stand there. Don't, just be stagnant and stuff and things, but become serious. So in relation to maybe the music industry or life, what's something that comes to mind that you would want to relate to those who are checking out the show?
I was sharing with you earlier when I do panels and things, I start out with when it says many are called but few are chosen, and this is true. You have to be chosen to want to do this. You have to be serious.
That's true.
And when you're chosen to do something, you can handle a lot more.
That's true.
You know, you can handle a lot more. And the reason why I bring that up when I talk to people from the panels, especially independent artists, because, you know, most major artists, they're used to rejection if a label tells you no or whatever. But when you're an independent artist and a label turns you down, if you're not chosen to do this, that thing will eat you up.
It will. That's so true.
If you're going to a gig and they don't have your money, that thing will tear you up.
Yep, that's true.
If you're not chosen to do this. And my last point is, I am a firm believer, when you're chosen to do this, I don't care if you're in an audience of 5 or 5,000. You're going to sing to that 5 like you're singing to that 5,000 when you're chosen to do this.
Right, that's true.
Because it's a calling.
Right. But how does it, so you're saying when it comes to being serious, so you have to first know.
You have to know.
That this is something you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because when it's serious in your heart and in your life, that's what comes across.
That's true. That's so. Hope you guys are listening to what she's saying. So how from your experience with because when I say she has worked with everybody, and I mentioned thousands, and I'm sure it's over 1,000, a few thousand artists that you not just have charted on radio or worked with at labels, but as far as you've become in connection with over the years. I mean, you're talking about 30-some years. Of course, there's been thousands and thousands of artists. But what would you say you've seen artists exude for you to know they are serious? What are some traits that you've seen?
The traits that I've seen is, and I always use Kurt Franklin, I would go say Vicki Winans as well. As long as they've been in the industry, they still know that it takes for you to get out here and promote your records. Yep. You can't assume because your name is known that you don't have to work.
That's true. Yep. Because we've seen Kurt, Mary, all of them.
They get out here and grind.
Beyonce.
They grind their records like it's their very first record.
Yep. Dietrich is a good one.
Yeah, Dietrich as well.
Dietrich is he's a beast.
We know because But it's a lot of them. But that's what I really try to get over to the independent artists too. Look at some of these artists that's doing this for real. I don't care. You can't assume that somebody knows your name because you've been in this industry this long. That means, especially in radio, that means absolutely what?
That's nothing. Yep, that's true. It does.
You know?
Because people change. I mean, we have the millennial generation out now, and I'm not a part of the millennial generation. I don't think you're a part of the millennial generation. But I mean, it's a reality. The people that I grew up listening to, that you grew up listening to, the people younger, they are like, they may have heard of them, but they don't know. So like you said, even the older artists or more seasoned artists still have to continue promoting their music. So
and they don't mind doing it. Right. That's what I love. The passion for it.
That's the serious
part. Yes. They don't mind doing it.
That's the serious part.
You know, they don't mind getting out here on the promo tour for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You know, these newer artists, some of them struggle with that. But hey, you know, they're going to get it. They're going to get it.
Well, we're going to talk more about that, some reasons why that may be. And I know Snoopy has her thoughts on that. And we also have our scripture for tonight and for this week. But before that, let's go to some great music. I know you work with this guy. I think he's over in Wakanda right now. He stays over in that Wakanda area. His name is Todd Delaney. You know, I think Todd's going to move over to Wakanda.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I think he
loves
Wakanda. But anyway, no, Todd, I believe he's over in Nigeria right now. Ministering and singing, but right now she's worked with this guy as well. He's actually currently working his project, and we're gonna go right now to his latest single right here on the artist stage, and it's called "Your Great Name" by Todd Delaney.
Ooh.
Your great name. We love to
Your Great Name. Maybe we'll get Todd Delaney on the show when he comes back.
We can do
from
that.
Wakanda. Todd Delaney, Your Great Name. Don't you love that song?
I love that song.
Do you sing that song at home? You like jump around with them when they, start feel the shit when I call. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Maybe he's standing like this right now, where he is. But anyway, look who we got right here on the show. Miss Debra, Snoopy, Renee, Hanna, the music industry's finest. She is one of the top radio promoters. You can put it on, Snoopy. She doesn't want to put the headphones on. Maybe you can hear your applause. You can be engaged a little bit more in the.
This is your show. I have to do what you tell me to do.
I mean, it's up to you. But I'm so excited because she's not only one of the industry's top radio promoters, but she's also a great friend of mine. And like I said, she embraced me when I first entered into this game called the music industry, and she embraced me with open arms. And I'll never ever forget all that she's done for me. She's such a giving and caring person, and I'm sure everyone who knows her can attest to that. And it's the truth. She's such a giver, and it shows in her work and everything that she does. So we got people here saying, hey, KJ, you gonna be here next, sweetie. Miss Catherine Janine, she's another one of the music industry's finest. She's from Chicago, Catherine Janine. But look at all the people that are cheering Snoopy on and checking out the show. Share tonight's show or call in to speak with Miss Debra Renee Hanna at 312-629-4499 because she's live right here in the studio and we're talking all things radio. But right before we went to Todd Delaney, we were talking about don't just become serious. That's Dr. Paul Phillips is saying, hey Paul Phillips, he was on Tabernacle Radio and he has the Better Man Than Me Foundation, and they were recently on Windy City Live as well. But we were saying don't just become serious, everybody. That means you're not taking things for granted. You're putting things to action. You're not just talking about it. No more. And she talked about when you are chosen. It said those who are, what is the scripture? Many are called, but few are chosen. And that's true, because honestly, I think at God, when He looks at your the steps that you take towards the visions that He gives you when they're in His will, He's like, are you playing or you just, messing around with some things? And then you start seeing doors open up when God probably feels like you're serious about this, because now you've been chosen because of the steps. Faith without works really is dead. It really is. We can talk all day long and pray and jump and have these big concerts every week. But until we put our works into action, it really is dead. But speaking of, let's go to, not things being dead, let's go to our scripture for the week. It comes from 2 Samuel, and I promise you all, this is probably the first overly deep scripture I've ever given. But it's coming from 2 Samuel chapter 6, verses 6 through 7. And I'm going to read from the NLT version. It says, but when they arrived at the threshing floor of Nacon, the oxen stumbled, and Uzzah reached out his hand and steadied the ark of God. Verse 7 says, then the Lord's anger was aroused against Uzzah, I'm probably saying his name wrong, and God struck him dead because of this. So Uzzah died right there beside the ark of God. Now, I want you to go back and read this whole chapter a little bit, but these two verses deal with when they were carrying the ark of the covenant, and Uzzah, he had already been kind of, I guess, in relation with the ark. He was around it prior to this and was familiar with it, but he got a little bit too comfortable. And so what happened, he saw the oxen, too common. But he knew the requirements, he knew what the instructions that God had given regarding the ark, meaning not to touch it and different things like that. But what happened, he saw the oxen stumble. The oxen, they didn't fall, but they stumbled a little bit. So he chose to help and try to balance it out, which was a no in the eyes of God. And he probably felt, like I said, a little comfortable, a little common with the ark. But the ark is holy. This is a holy thing. And God got upset with him. And what happened? He killed him, pretty much. So, I know you're like, what does this have to do with anything? Sometimes when we become a little bit too comfortable with situations and too common with it, we don't take it serious. And going back to our affirmation, what are the things in your life that God has told you, this is serious, this is ordained, I've called you for this is my temple? It could be so many things, but we become too comfortable with it, and we become too comfortable with God that we don't take Him serious, and we don't take the things that He's called us to be over and to lead serious enough, where we start doing things with it that we shouldn't do because we want to put our hand in it. When God is saying, no, I got this, I already have it in control, I just asked you to do what I asked you to do, but you got a little bit too comfortable, so now I got to take you out. So now we know this is in the Old Testament. We want God striking people down, killing them. But that does happen. It could be a spiritual death, a physical death, an emotional death, because at times we do become a little bit too common with things that God has ordained for us. He's given us specific instructions, but we choose to put our hand in it when it's not necessary. So that's our scripture and our word for today, connected to our affirmation. Don't just become serious. Become serious about the things that God has called you to. If it's your creativity, if it's connected to the music industry, and if he called you to it, let him direct you. And let's stop trying to put our hand in situations and let him direct us, so that the right doors can open that Snoopy talked about earlier. So it was a little deep, maybe a little bit for you all, so check it out. But there's a lot of revelation in just those 2 verses. It helped me, and hopefully it can help you all as well. But I got Snoopy here. I ain't going to preach too much about that. But I thought that was kind of,
Yeah, and I mean, you can tap into his humble is the way.
Yeah,
At
that's
the end
true.
of the day, you can't get around it. Humble is the way, and being humble will keep you, especially on this road.
This music industry.
Especially when you're at a business table, when you're at the labels making these
Yep.
decisions, when you're not legally covered. Humble is the way.
She's speaking. Yep, that's true. That's
So
true.
staying humble
Yep.
will really, really, really help you a lot.
It will. It will.
Staying humble will call things to you. I'm a firm believer that we, especially as saints of God, we call things to us. And humble spirits usually bring the right things to you
They do. They sure do.
and remove the wrong things.
And you've had so many opportunities brought to you. Over 30 some years is a long time, Snoopy, to be in this industry. And I say it a lot about, it's a up and down, it's a roller coaster ride being in the music. Not just the artists, but the executives too. And you have to have tough skin. And we know she got some tough skin. If you've ever worked with her, especially at that Stella Awards, we're going to talk about this in a minute. She is something else. But anyway, but she's such a sweetheart, isn't she? She's so nice.
Like I always tell people,
so
they
nice.
say I'm bossy. I'm not bossy. I just know what you should be doing. I'm not bossy. There's a difference. There's a difference.
That's true.
Small difference, but there's a difference.
Well, let's jump right in, Snoopy, to what you actually do as a boss. She is a female boss. She is, but she's not, overbearingly bossy, but she is a boss of her company. So let's jump right into, for all the artists and songwriters, musicians, and those who have music, who may need someone such as yourself. You are a radio programmer, not program, radio. You work radio promotions and radio program director. You cover it all. What is that? I mean, just tell the people, what is that? Because a lot of people really don't know. They probably think you're the person behind the radio station.
They do sometimes. Can you play my music?
Right. What is that?
A radio promoter is a person that gets your music played on the air across the country. We do have reps that's regional.
Okay.
But the Lord allowed me to be able to be open to national radio promotions. I'm responsible for setting up tours, doing budgets, a lot. I actually, you know what, Roy Patterson. It's funny. I was on.
Now, who is Roy Patterson?
Roy Patterson is he's the general manager now. He was programmer. He's general manager over at Moody.
At Moody.
The Lord really elevated him. And I was looking at a memory. Those memories come through. It's in that phone. He was just saying how he put it in a nutshell. Wow, I wish I could find it.
Like the memories on Facebook?
Yeah, something he said to me. It was in 2008, 10 years ago, of how I move people's careers with grace.
Oh, wow.
And he really appreciated that in me.
I'm sure that was encouraging.
Like, wow. And it's so weird that I was able to find that and be on the show today. So,
I mean,
I think that I move it with grace. I have a little side to me, but I think I move records with grace. But I traveled for years. Like I said, set up the tours, and it's a whole lot that goes into this. But I love it. Independent artists are my baby. That was what my company was birthed on. But yeah, that's mainly what it is.
So so the people watching and listening and watching, because we have several listeners online at tabernacleradio.org. So the person who has that single, whether they're indie artists or they're signed to a label, you are the one who contacts would be someone like myself. We have in the Chicago area Sonia Blakey, Debra Rhodes, the list
Pam
goes
Dixon.
on. And so many program directors. So you are the one who is pushing the music to be played on this station. So that's like a full-time job?
It's a full-time job, especially when you're doing the country. It's a full-time job.
So you're telling me you call people all over the country?
All over the country.
So you got all these phone numbers in your phone. So that means you have to build up relationships.
Yes, a lot of relationships, and keep them. Not just build them, but keep them.
Keep them. So let's speak to, so if you have to build up the relationship, that's a key piece. The artist needs to understand the importance of that relationship that you've built up, right? So when you're booking things for these artists, or you're getting their music played, and the artist may feel like, oh, I just don't want to show up for that concert. I just don't feel like it today, or I just don't want to call in for that interview.
See, that's my. I'm glad you said interview, because I am a.
Now they do. I'm not saying they all don't.
I'm a monster when it comes down to interviews, because I look at it like this: you can't take 3 to 5 minutes out of your busy schedule to say thank you. Not only to the programmer, not only to the station, but to the consumers and listeners in that market.
Right.
That really bothers me.
But why is it key? Because it's just because their music is being played? Now, it may seem like
no, it's building a relationship.
Easy answer to a question to answer, but it doesn't mean that their music won't ever be played again.
Oh, no. It's just it's harder for me.
Harder for you.
It's harder for me.
Right.
And I've had artists that one station and missed a lot, but it does make it harder for me. But again, thank God for relationships.
Right.
That's why you have to be very, 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 again, tough skin, like you said. Be very consistent in this, and building and standing on your relationships. Because when you build relationships, usually people, sometimes they can overlook things just because of the relationship that you have.
And think, oh, it's okay. They cool, so they won't care that I missed 7 interviews. It don't. Well, I didn't show up.
Right. But it's again, humble is the way.
Yeah. But so can you now? This may be a little down and dirty, a little bit, but and this is real talk. Because I know a lot of artists, sometimes they do overlook the relationships that have been built by the radio programmer, not radio, I keep saying promoter, and they'll overlook that. But are there repercussions for that from your end? Of course, you can't get people and whip them and stuff like that. But does it become a point where you're like, hey, I can no longer push your music, but as far as setting up interviews, like, we gotta do something about this.
I've had situations even recently. Programmers, especially when they back announce. That's kind of announcer. One thing about program directors and announcers, they don't like to be embarrassed.
Okay.
And they're back announcing and pubbing up, pretty much all week.
Yep.
Sometimes a week before that there's certain the artist calling in. And when that doesn't happen, and when I'm not aware of it, and that person's not getting a call or anything, that's not good.
Yeah, because you are
I get the repercussions.
Right, you get the repercussions.
And I have had programmers take artist songs off or decrease in spins, and so you have repercussions.
Yeah. And I think that's key for you all to understand that her position is very critical. Not saying that if you don't have her, nothing gonna happen, but this person is going on your behalf. You're representing them and their music for to the program director, and I'm trying to just get around to the point of artists. You have to stay consistent and communicate with the person that is working,
representing you. That's
representing you and working your music. Now, Snoopy, you work in radio promotions for different artists. So do you do this for free? Is this the love of your goodness of your heart? Is this for free? So let's speak to the indie artists, because on a national side with labels, it comes out of a budget. It depends on if the promoter is radio promotions person is contracted or not, and that's another conversation. But from an indie standpoint, like I said, is it free? And we're gonna go to some of these artists some music artists that you.
I will say this. I used to price with my heart.
Okay.
And everybody knows when you price with your heart, you're being what? Underpaid.
Underpaid.
There you go.
Undervalued.
But as time went on, and I had God put some wonderful people. When I tell you, put some wonderful people in my life to teach me the correct way to make a proper living in this industry. And I do know this. I do know this, and I found this out. People will spend money on what they want to spend money on.
Yeah.
And these independent artists, they got money.
Yeah.
These independent artists got money. But no, it's not free. We have different packages, especially in Body Dominion. We have different packages that we offer, and there are different. I'm fair. I'm fair. You know what I mean? I'm very fair because, again, this is my passion. Yes, it is a business. Yes, this is a ministry, but it's also my business.
This is how she pays her bills.
Yes, people can look at you and look at the surface and be like, oh, she, get out my bank account. Pay me.
And they assume.
And pay me on time.
Right.
Yeah, my bank account. But nevertheless, I have in the past, and recently, I've done some pro bonos things. But again, when I tell artists, when they call, whining, after they've heard my price, I tell them, look, you have to invest in yourself. Yep. This is your ministry. This is your calling.
Right.
You have to invest in yourself. So I do work with people's budgets because I don't, even though you should invest in yourself, I don't want this part to be stressful.
Right.
Because when it's stressful, you can't really effectively minister and do the things you have to do when you're stressed. True. From dollar to dollar, from pay period to pay. You know what I mean? So again, it's a learning lesson. You have to budget. Yep. In everything, you have to have a plan.
Yep, she's right.
You have to have a plan, you all. Seriously, when you're thinking about radio, when you all are in this studio, and when you get out of the studio, we was talking about this earlier. When you don't spend all your money in the studio. Yeah, you want great records, but don't spend all your money in the studio. Because when you come to me, you got nickel and dime me. That ain't
right. Yep. So what you said, plan. You have to budget.
Plan. You have to budget. You have to plan. This is going to cost this much. Then you're going to have to do promo things. You're gonna have to do promo stuff.
Yes.
What is promo stuff?
Free. Free.
That's not bad.
No,
you have to get yourself out here.
Yep. The statement I say all the time on the show is build before you brand.
There you go.
And I know a lot of brand, and I'm connected to a lot of people who brand, designers and stuff like that. I'm not saying don't brand, but what you got? How can you brand something that's not built? And I'm not against pictures and things like that, but the building part means building up your demand. Yes. Who's following you? Yes. Build up your money.
Yes, build your money up
before you do these things. And these are really just life lessons. Yeah. Overall. Well, Snoopy, we're going to go to some music because we got more to talk about, radio promotions. I hope you guys are taking all this in. She's giving good information. And please also connect with her, Mighty Dominion Entertainment. The website is Mighty Dominion. ENT.com. Please go to her website. Connect with her. Make sure you got some money now. It's not free. But let's go right now to some more great music. Now, this artist... Definitely, Snoopy has had a great hand in his career. This song in particular, his start in the industry. We're going to mention who he is. She was one of the key people in his career to push the movement, the ministry, the music, and everything. And I'm talking about none other than Mr. Travis Green. And the song we're going to play right now is Intentional, right here on the Artist Stage.
Intentional, never failing. I know that all things are working for my good. Yeah, 'cause she's intentional, never failing. All things are working for my good. 'Cause she's intentional. Hey, and he's never failing. All things are working for my good. He's intentional.
that was Travis Green with Intentional, one of Snoopy's top artists. It's because of her. No, well, of course, his music and everything, but she was very instrumental with promoting him, pushing him, getting him to the place he is. And it's true. You've done a lot of work. He's just one of thousands that she has helped, along with this other dude that's from Chicago named Jonathan McReynolds. But I'm not mentioning him on the show anymore. So.
Yeah,
No, I'm just playing.
Travis is my baby. Travis.
She's had done a lot with Travis.
Yeah, Travis is my baby. Travis was with me a long time. And when God, me and him used to fight a lot. That's that. It comes with. Oh, also, let me tell you all.
Yeah.
When you do look for a promoter, let me give you this little nugget. Do your homework on these people.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, there are people out here that will take your money. Unfortunately, but do your homework. Even do your homework on me. And I said that to say this: when you're looking for a promoter, pray for someone that you can trust, and that you trust their word, their character. Their reputation, because I know when I first, when this company was dropped in my lap, basically, I told God two things. I said, cover my reputation and cover me. But keep my reputation. Again, I keep going back to humble is the way, because it's so easy to get out here and, especially as a female, because this is a male-dominant industry.
Very male-dominated.
So, like I said, I used to ask God, just cover me, cover my reputation, cover my just my whole being, because you can be labeled as certain things and all that. So
you sure can.
The Lord has shown me great favor with that. And Travis was one of the ones. He was like, I've been watching you and everything. When he was we're talking about 10 years ago. So we were together, kind of lost contact for about 2 years, and then we came back together. And, he was, headbutting me a little bit because I wasn't. That's why I say you have to trust the person that you're with, because you may know or think but this person really knows, and you have to trust them. Just because you want to be released, and one thing I am so sincere when it comes down to my passion, and when it comes down to this, again, it's a ministry, and when it comes to these people's lives, that's when my ministry part kicks in.
That's key. Yeah.
Because if you're not ready for this industry,
it'll show, and the
Lord is not going to let me release you. I mean,
that's good that you care.
I care.
This is a table we have right here, but the artist stage, that stage is serious. And that foundation is serious. When it's not strong, it's going to go up and down a bit anyway. But when that foundation isn't strong, it's a wrap. And it hurts.
Finally, after he got to, fight me a little bit, he just let go. And I was like, okay. So it took, it wasn't as simple as, you all are looking at the picture now. It was something. It was about a couple years. And I actually, long story short, I gave the record to our R&R director, Joseph Burney. I gave Joseph the record. Joseph sat on that record for about 6 months. Wow. I was like, Lord, now I know I heard you.
So we had 2 years of development or some time, and then 6 more months.
I said, Lord, I know I heard you. That's why I released this record to him. And I was torn between Intentional and what's the other song? Made Away. Yeah. I was torn. I was like, okay, so Intentional. Long story short, Joseph was riding home on the L, and he was like, I must apologize to you. He said it hit him instantly. Now, mind you, it was 6 months after
when he said
God released me to do this. And basically, the rest is history.
The rest is history.
When I tell you the favor that God gave me with this young man, with a major company as Sony, y'all, they believed in me before this boy even sold any kind of records, before he even did anything. That was the favor of God. But it was me being sensitive to the Spirit to listen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not just going putting him out, because I knew he was talent. He had it. The talent was there.
Look at the scripture we talked about earlier. He wasn't the Ark of the Covenant, but still, you were sensitive, like you said, to God's leading. You could have been like, no, let me push this out here ahead of time, and then there it go, the project. Who knows, can't say what could have happened.
And that comes from being trusting with the person that you are. That's over your career, basically. That's over your career.
That's true.
You know, the Lord has allowed me to be over a lot of people's careers. Some listen, some don't. Those don't, they leave, and I ain't no love lost.
Yep. And that's the other thing, you guys. Just know that sometimes you can't. Now, I've dealt with it. I'm sure she has. Because, you know, you still have feelings. You have emotions. Everything isn't permanent all the time. You may have different managers, radio promoters, publicists. Sometimes it's great when you can have those people for a long period of time.
Right.
But it is, you know, it does switch up a lot.
It does.
But let's speak to quickly, because you kind of touched on it. Even though I know you do want me to play a Jonathan McReynolds song on the show tonight. I don't know. I play him. I love him, but I'm battling, really battling. No. But seriously, I want to touch on, you talked about we both work in the industry. And can we just talk quickly about, for those who may be interested in working in the music industry? Because she's a music industry executive, and she has been for years. So I'll give my quick spiel, and then you go forward. So I'll just say, if you do want to work in the music industry, research first. When I started out, I came about, it wasn't through a job application. It was not at all. Literally, I just happed up on something. And it's all about, too, the relationship thing. But we're in a different day now where they actually have more job openings up and available for these record companies. But even before you research and look for the job, start connecting with your local artists. Start working on their street teams. Do promotions with them, because both of us did some of these same things early on. Get your foot in there so you can see if this is really what you want to do. Because as women, and we're speaking from the female side, I'm telling you, if you don't have the drive for it, the tenacity for it, the personality, some kind of way for it, and I saw KJ quoted, it will eat you alive. And not saying the industry as a whole, but the pressure and the competition.
Yes.
And not saying people will eat you alive, but the competitiveness, either you'll be so overwhelmed by it that you'll be like, I'm good, that's okay. You know, so you got to check your personality first and then get connected with people. I say first locally. But go ahead and tell those who want to be connected your thoughts.
Fast and pray. No.
Yeah,
no,
that first.
But no, seriously. Again, this if you want to get connected in this, you have to be very, very patient too.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, being in any side of the music industry, anything, you have to be connected. At the end of the day, relationship is key. Relationships are key.
They are. Yep.
You know, they are key. And be kind to people, because you never know. You know, that person may be your boss. You never know. Be kind to people. But the thing is, you gotta know that this is what you want to do.
She's telling the truth.
You gotta know this is what you want to do. Y'all look at us. Our beginning days, I've cried a many a nights, I'm telling you, because I was like, God, why is this so hard? This is my passion. I know this is where I'm supposed to be. But and just building the relationships with different programmers, that was something, because that's a lot of that's a
lot of phone calls.
I deal with 52 personalities a day.
That's a lot,
a week.
Snoopy.
That's a lot.
How do you manage your mind?
I take a lot of blessed old baths, trust.
And she goes to bed early too. Probably, especially in this time. Years ago, she probably stayed up a little later.
Oh yeah.
But it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And that's why I tell you, you artists, I'm telling y'all ask God to keep you humble, because we go for bat for you guys. A lot of stuff you don't even know that we have to go through just to get your record played, just to get you in a market. Again, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you know what? I thank and praise God that I still, after almost 30 years, can get up and say I enjoy every single day what I do, what God has me doing for a living.
And she does, and you can see it just
enjoy
in her work, and not just with the radio piece, but you also work for this Gospel Stellar Awards every year. And this is when that other person come out. If you work for the Stellars with her, you know what it is. But she's all about her business. She does work for the Stellar Awards, and she's a part of that team every year, making it happen behind the scenes. If you're part of been backstage, you've seen her getting the people on and off the different shows, and she's she's just very committed to her job. And like you said, you got to make sure this is what you want to do.
You have to.
And we're speaking for not just the females, but men and women. But obviously, we're saying females, especially women. Just know that doesn't mean you have to. I want to speak to this too, really quickly, and we're gonna go to some more great music that you're currently working. You women, please do not become who you're not if you're working in this industry.
Yes.
You are ladies, you're women. And I'm not saying be like another woman and, personality changing. Nothing like that. But just work hard at not trying to become, trying to be overly aggressive to compete with a man, because you're not that. And I know it's hard because that's who we deal with all the time. And I tell people a lot, like my conversations pretty much would go the same way with a woman as with a guy, as far as how I'm speaking about things. And that's just because of us working with men for so long. But be you. You are a woman.
That's right.
And you don't have to, be like, I'm gonna be this and that, and be who you are, so you can still be well respected across the board, not just with men, but men and women.
And keep your integrity.
Exactly. Keep your integrity. That's so true. So, but let's go to some more music. Snoopy, this is another group artist. It's one of Chicago's own that you are working with. You want to go ahead and announce and set up the song and who they are?
Next we have Mr. Jonathan McReynolds, who's actually don't do that. Who's actually getting ready to do a tour. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. And this song is currently, in Jesus' name, hopefully in a week or two, will be #1. Y'all pray, saints, pray. Lucky. I'm not lucky, I'm lucked.
It's not Jonathan McReynolds. This song is Joshua's Troop.
Oh, God. Y'all hear me do all that?
Another chance.
See how they do me? But this is one of our Mighty Dominion's artists, too. How you going to do
Jonathan McReynolds, if you watching this show. Anyway.
Do y'all see what this girl just did to me?
I ain't say no Jonathan McReynolds. The next song on the artist stage is Joshua's Troop, Another Chance. She's currently working Joshua's Troop right here on the artist stage.
I feel you. Let the horns play. Come on. Ladies, testify.
Each time I stumble, each time I fail,
Through all my struggles,
you were right there.
come on.
You never left, although I felt you.
You gave me hope.
You gave me hope.
Yes, sir.
You love me still. Each time I stumble, each time I
Through all
fail,
my struggles,
through all my struggles, you were right there.
you never left me.
You never left, although I felt you.
You gave me hope.
You gave me hope.
You still love me.
You love me still. So never again will I stray.
Lord, I'm living
Lord, I'm living
by your grace.
by your grace. Another chance.
I thank you, Father, for not giving up on me, for giving me another chance. I appreciate it. Till the something say,
So many problems,
the night was long.
the nights were long.
I was so angry.
I was so angry.
I felt all alone.
And that was my mentor, Percy Gray Jr. with Joshua's Truth, Chicago's own Joshua's Truth, and their latest single, Another Chance. Please go and check them out. Purchase, download their latest single, Another Chance, which is being currently worked by Miss Debra, Snoopy, Renee, Hanna. Yes. So anytime you're hearing it on the radio, it's because of her. It's because of her. But Snoopy, we're gonna go to some more music and an artist that you're currently working. But can you tell everyone also, who was the artist that that got you. You got them.
Won't shut down.
They were indie artists that they blew up. This was back in 2000. What was that? 2005, something like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember them.
Yeah.
I remember them. I remember the time that they won a Stella Award, but they were independent artists. That's the biggest part, and she was very instrumental in getting them charted and their success. Who was this artist, Snoopy?
Martha Munizzi.
Martha Munizzi.
Martha
Yes,
Munizzi.
it was.
It was an interesting time in my life. My people let me know how they really felt about me at that time, but it was all good. It was a chance. That's again. No. Artists know who you have behind you, because
Right.
I took a lot. I tried to get rid of that record 3 times. God was like, no.
And you had to keep
I turned the
working
record
it.
3 times. It kept coming to me. I said, okay, God.
Had to keep
So
working
I had
it.
to keep working it. So when she was nominated, I got a little flack. But when she won that Stella, now let me explain right quick. This is the first Caucasian woman that won a Stella Award, which is our award show.
Yes.
When I say our, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So I got a lot of flack for that, but I still
She kept
hung
going.
in there, kept going, because
Yep.
at the end of the day, it's all about God's word being sung through song.
Yep, that's
So,
what it is. And
that's
it's
what
another
it is.
great, like I said, great example of an indie artist that was very successful, whether white, black, Asian,
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
But you were instrumental in that.
Yeah.
And that was, like I said, it was the mid 2000s, like 2004 or 5,
Yes,
something
yes,
like that.
yes.
But she's done tremendous work with so many people. But indie artists, she keeps stressing that have your things in order. And I saw someone put in the comment section, count up the cost. That's the scriptures, Luke 14:28. Count the cost. Who would begin the building of a building without first figuring out if you got the money to build it? So that's with anything. But also, Snoopy, you also are working another new artist out of Chicago, and you call them your boys.
My boys,
And the only
my
boys
babies.
I remember with the group, the boys, when I was little. Kyrie, Hakeem, it was a group
I
called,
am
they
so
sang called
proud of
Down My
these.
Heart. That's not the boys
No,
you're talking about?
no.
Okay.
No.
But these boys, young men,
Yes.
better, go ahead and introduce who they are.
The Better Man Group.
Better Man
they
Group.
are birthed out of organization, Better Man Than Me. Dr. Paul Phillips, just give him a hand. Yay.
Give him an
He has a wonderful organization. Again, Better Man Than Me, and these boys were birthed out of that from the inner city.
Yep, right here in Chicago.
Right here in Chicago. When I tell you that these boys put their heart and soul into their music, their lyrics, it's just amazing just to see them vibing. So go out and support them. BMG,
support them.
Better Man Than Me. It's a rap group, but they're good. Listen to the words. Go out and get this. Go get this single, 129. Keep them with ya.
Is it called? It costs $129. Is that what you said?
$1.29.
Okay.
Yeah, go get it. $1.29.
It costs $1. Please download and
Download it.
Purchase, and the name of the single is "Keep 'Em With Ya," and it's featuring Ken the Messenger. We're gonna hear a little bit.
We're
right
kind of
now.
saying it kind of proper, but
Yes,
yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
trying.
we're doing the proper.
Keep 'em with you. I mean, is that how you say it? Keep
'em with ya.
Keep 'em. No. Okay, I'll be quiet. Right here on the artist stage.
Said I always. Said I always keep it with BMG.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Right here on my side.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Said I always gotta stay with Jesus. Turn water into wine for unbelievers. Save Joe from the belly of the beast. And that's why he walked with me. I walk to seek his face. And I walk to praise his name. I walk to give him glory. And I walk because of his grace. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, seeing hell where I'm from, seeing the devil myself. Man, the way my God said if I ain't taking the wells, that mean I'm staying cool when I'm going through hell. Let me go and get the walking, and I'ma walk it like a talking. Cause when I'm going through, I can never go without him.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Right here on my side.
Always keep God with me. Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me.
Always keep God with me. Always
And
keep
that
God
was,
with
we
me.
just heard a little bit of BMG, her boys, her babies. Not the boys down my heart. No, the young men. That's keep them with you. And they're saying always keep God with you.
That's it.
Always keep God with you. Please purchase and
Always
support
by
them.
your side.
See, she's a singer. I sing better though. Snoopy. You want me to hear me sing?
Go ahead.
Always keep.
Stay up here.
Okay. All right. Anyway, that was BMG. Her guys and young men from Chicago from the Better Man Than Me group. Please purchase their music. But also, Snoopy, who else are you working for, girl? You work for everybody.
Let's go back to BMG
you got a lot of money.
BMG for a minute. I just want to give a shout out to my
Is that
people over at E1. People over at E1. They actually gave BMG a single distribution deal.
E1.
Indie Blue, E1. But that's who I'm currently with right now. And I am so thankful to them. I love them. Nakaya, Gina, Omega, Carlin, Paul.
All the crew.
Yeah, all the crew. So I love them. It's a great family. I love them. So that's who I'm currently with right now.
Yeah. So please hit her up because she got all the connections, y'all.
Do your homework on me now. Don't just hit me up.
Google her.
Do your homework on me because you may not be able to handle me. I ain't gonna even lie.
She's something else.
I'm honest with the people. I'm just gonna be honest.
Snaps on me quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I snap back though. She can't handle me. But no, for real. We just overall, you guys, radio promotions. It's so important to understand the meaning of that. She is the person who, her and so many other great phenomenal radio promoters across this country. I'm not gonna go down the list because I may miss some
great ones out here.
But understand their role. They are the ones who. She's the one who makes it happen with getting your music to the radio station. She's the one reporting back to you what they're saying regarding your airplay. So you want to know what this means, so you're able to probably communicate with her when it comes to asking her what you need her to do for your music, and also how much it's gonna cost for you to make this happen. Charity, I go back to this price again. We did a show months ago about a total cost to put out a new project as an indie artist, and I included radio promotions, and overall I came to was $80,000 just for about a year and a half. That included radio promotions.
And I'm gonna just jump out there. That's on the low.
Yeah, that's okay. So I mean, that's including radio promotions.
That's with friends and family prices.
Right. And I think I was doing like the low $1,000 a month type of price. So it's costing you all. So make sure this is what you want to do as far as being part of the music industry. And like we said, if you want to work in the industry, ladies, all the single ladies, I ain't gonna be single too much longer.
No, you're not.
I'm getting married right here on this show.
Okay, well, praise God for your tabernacle husband.
No, he's not my tabernacle husband. No. Well, okay, I dismissed that. I'm not getting married on the show because that sounds confusing. Anyway, but I'm so happy to have you on the Artist Stage radio show.
Okay, it was all right.
You were phenomenal, Snoopy.
I'm talking about myself,
And you on Facebook? What's your name on Facebook?
It's my government name.
Debra Renee Hanna. What's your name on Instagram?
I think it's Snoopy Hanna.
It's Snoopy Hanna. I don't think you're on Twitter because I tried to tag you.
I'm not Twitterer.
She is on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. I know that.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn.
Are you on Snapchat?
I don't do snapping and chatting. I don't do that. Too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Too much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's.
But you can find me. You can find me.
And she's always at Tuesday prayer, early morning Tuesday 4 a.m. prayer
and
with John Hanna and Bible Study, New Life
on Thursdays.
On Thursday, you can find her there.
You can find me there.
Yeah, she loves
Jesus.
Sunday,
I love Jesus.
She loves Jesus. She does.
Oh,
and she could sing. You've done phenomenal, Snoopy.
Thank you.
But seriously, you all, please just check her out and hit her up. Radio promotions is a big deal, and it's a part of the music industry, and it's a part of the Artist Stage, and that's what I've had right here on the show with me. But we're gonna go ahead and close out the show with that guy I love. What's going on? Oh gosh, thank you, Jerry. I'm sorry, and also I forgot to mention, guys, I have a new book coming out. Own Your Moment and Take the Stage. Laying the foundation for a successful music career. October 23rd. I almost forgot. I got a book coming out, Snoopy.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
On the moment, we're going to put it up on the screen really quickly for you guys to see. October 23rd. And I'm getting some pre-orders already. What? So I think I might have to set up the pre-order situation.
Remember, you was so timid. I used to be like, you know what?
Yeah. I really wasn't timid. I just ain't talk, you know.
Oh, you were timid. I was like, Lord, should I get her or should I just work with her?
Work with her. There it is. On Your Moment.
There it is. Yeah.
I have a new book. So new book is coming out. So you guys go ahead and
Such
hit me
a
up.
blessing.
Tracy,
I'm so proud of you.
Tracy7.com.
So proud of
You
you.
can check it out. Hit me up on my inbox, Facebook, Tracy at Trace7inc.com. But also tonight I am wearing a design by Gagne. Thank you,
All right,
Charity.
she's wearing it well.
Thank
What's
you.
her name?
Gagne, Alicia Gagne. Gagne
Alicia,
Designs.
she's doing your dress well.
She's
Doing your dress well.
Thank you. Gagne Designs. And I probably am wearing it every week, but you guys will check it out. And I'm here. There she is. Hey, Miss Alicia. Alicia Gagne, GagneDesigns.com. And she's on Facebook and Instagram as well. But we're going to go ahead and close out the show, Snoopy, with that guy that I love to love-hate relationship with. And his name is Jonathan McReynolds.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love
It's
you
for
guys. I appreciate you. Keep me in your prayers.
Yes. So we're going to close out the show with I Know I'm Not Lucky. I'm Love. It's by Jonathan McReynolds. See you guys next week, 7 p.m. right here on the Artist Stage.
Love
Have
you
a great
guys.
week,
Thank you
everybody.
again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Maybe I succeeded a little. I jumped up from the floor to the middle.